All right, good Monday morning, everyone. Happy Monday. Temperatures in the 30s and 20s right now, and it is February 13th. We are looking at a active week in weather here in the High Plains, so that is something we'll certainly talk about. If you don't like the weather today, it's going to be different tomorrow, and so on and so on as we run through the rest of this week. Currently clear skies outside. Not much going on right now. Winds are very light. Some cloud cover moving through parts of West Texas, but we are again very benign right now, just in the high plains. Our next upper level storm system still over Southern California, but that is going to bring in some rain showers as we run into the overnight hours tonight. Temperature still below freezing in Amarillo, 30 degrees right now, 19 in Perryton. Winds very light, under 15 miles per hour, and our wind chills are in the teens and 20s, mostly in the northern half of the area. So you may want that jacket if you're going to go outside this morning. Temperatures will climb into the upper 50s and low 60s. We had that cold front come through last night. Again, wasn't a very potent one. It did give us some really good compressional heating. We had 73 for a high temperature yesterday here in Amarillo. Definitely felt more like a late April, maybe early May kind of day rather than middle February. But that's going to change again, and the cold air is not done yet. We've got a frigid day this week where we may struggle to get above freezing, but not today. We'll get to the 50s this afternoon. We'll have a southeast breeze today, and that's going to help pull in just enough moisture to get those showers going overnight tonight. The best chance for some scattered rain activity out in New Mexico and the western Texas Panhandle will be from 7 p.m. until 10, 11 o'clock, and those will start to move to the north and east very quickly. These showers move very fast. We'll only be seeing probably active precipitation in your area for an hour, maybe two at most. And so that's why that light rain is only going to lead to light rain totals. Well, we're not going to see probably many places get above a quarter inch unless you can get a thunderstorm to erupt. But I think a lot of these will just be generic rain showers. We'll have a wraparound boost of maybe some rain snow mix in Cimarron County tomorrow morning. And then we end up very windy on your Tuesday. Temperatures similar to today, just the winds will be the main story running into the following afternoon. Here's our forecast rain totals on our Barron computer model. Again, don't take the numbers for gospel truth, but just notice that everyone sees measurable moisture. It may not be a lot, but it should be enough to hopefully keep a lot of us away from fire weather concerns tomorrow. Again, it'll be short-term relief for us. We need a lot more moisture for it to be a long-term help or aid for our fire weather season, which our fire weather special airs this upcoming weekend. So make sure you tune in for that. It takes over, preempts the Wheel of Fortune time frame at 6:30. Don't worry, you'll still get Wheel of Fortune. It'll just be after the special, a little bit later than normal. On Tuesday, a high wind watch covering the southern two-thirds of the Texas Panhandle and eastern New Mexico. That is where we'll see the strongest winds. Again, this is our computer model's best guess at the peak wind gusts. You can see lots of reds and browns. That's where we see winds gusting between 40 and 60 miles per hour. That really favors areas south of the Canadian River Valley. Will probably be very windy in the Oklahoma Panhandle, just not as bad as everyone else. So here's where our peak winds are expected to range across the area: 30 to 40 up towards Boise City, Guyman, Perryton, Dumas, Dalhart, 40 to 50 probably on that northern extent of Oldham, Oldham, Potter, and parts of Carson, Armstrong County. You guys could see a little bit calmer winds as well, and Gray County, and then Wheeler County out there just south of Hemphill County could see winds between 40 and 50 miles per hour. But the rest of us from I-40 south, really a strong core of winds going to come through where we'll see them sustained at 35 to 40, gusting between 50 and 65 in the afternoon or late morning into the afternoon hours. If you're traveling north and southbound, that could certainly create some difficult travel conditions with a high-profile vehicle. We're probably going to see some galloping power lines as well, and that may lead to some isolated power outages. And if you don't secure all the loose items in the yard, they are going to be susceptible to being blown away. So make sure you secure those today before you head out towards work or school, or make sure you take care of it tonight before it starts to rain. For our third potential system, or it's really our second weather system, but the third thing to talk about will be the chance for some winter weather later this week around Wednesday. It does look like this will be a fairly confined event up into the Oklahoma Panhandle, maybe the northernmost row of counties like Dallam County, extending towards Perryton. There in Ochiltree County could see some snow accumulations. Union County we think is going to be the one that's going to be most impacted by this system that comes through on Wednesday into Wednesday night. We do have the potential at seeing some snow accumulations up towards Des Moines, Des Moines rather, up in Union County of 6 to maybe even 8 inches. And then Clayton and Boise City could even see as much as 4 to 4.5 inches of snowfall through the day on Wednesday. I honestly think we missed that moisture here south of the Canadian River Valley, so we'll probably stay dry in Amarillo. There are a few models that do bring a dash of snow to us, as much as maybe a tenth to a half inch of snowfall, kind of like what we had last Thursday. But this, I really honestly think we're going to be in the dry slot when the system comes through. It's a little bit further north than the one that happens for tonight, and so we really aren't in a favorable spot to see a hefty amount of precipitation. We're just going to be cold and very windy on our Wednesday. That cold front probably pushing blue norther status when it crashes through. We go from 50 degrees to 28 in just a matter of a couple of hours, and so that temperature drop is going to be pretty rapid on Wednesday night, and we'll end up seeing highs struggle to get above freezing for your Thursday. I think we'll get above freezing in Amarillo, just may take all afternoon for it to happen. We do have a broad brushed 40% chance for above average precipitation across the south central plains, and that is good news for us. We would certainly love the additional moisture. Again, that helps kick that rock for fire weather down just a little bit further until we can get to our summer months when we get into our monsoon season. But our 6 to 10 day temperature outlook, big trough in the western half of the U.S. That is, again, the big reason why we have the chance for moisture over the next 6 to 10 days. When you're downstream of the base of the trough, that's a potentially active area. Again, that would be the south central plains all the way from really the Dakotas all the way down through the Big Bend region. Just depends on where those lows develop and track across the plains. It won't impact us every time it comes out of the area. Some of those will pass to our north, some could pass to our south. We need a perfect system to come through, but again, that door is open for active weather through the middle of the month as well. And so it may be wind, that could be fire conditions, that could be rain or snow. Again, this is usually our temperamental month, February and March anyway, where we can have a little bit of everything to deal with. But right now, looks like there could be some active precipitation maybe later down the line around the middle of next week as well, if that system takes a favorable track. But there are a few that have it passing to our north also, but that's still 6 to 7 days away. That's a pattern that we've noticed. It's not real consistent yet. We'll talk more about it later this week. Here's your highs for today: 59 in Dumas, 63 in Borger. Lows will tumble into the 30s overnight tonight, and again, our highs tomorrow, similar to today, they'll be in the 50s and 60s before we end up with some colder temperatures starting to really intrude into the northwest as we start to see that snow impact Union County Wednesday morning. Clayton falling to 23 in Boise City, and then our high here in Amarillo will briefly hit 50 or 49 degrees before the front arrives, probably just before 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and that is going to send our temperatures falling very quickly. Again, we go from about 50 for a high to below freezing in just a couple of hours. Thursday, we struggle, but we do get above the freezing point. We may have wind chills down to around 0 degrees that morning, so that'll be a day you want to dress in layers. Then Friday, we warm back up. We are quiet Friday afternoon, and then we have some warm and breezy weather expected this weekend. Notice behind the Valentine's Day heart, we do have the weather alert day icon up there for Tuesday. That's due to the high wind potential that we have tomorrow, so make sure you secure all the loose items in the yard. If you're traveling north or southbound, especially in a semi with a tractor trailer, make sure that you are traveling with utmost care and caution. Again, it is going to be a very windy one here across the southern half of the Texas Panhandle. Most models even show us seeing winds gusting above 60 miles per hour, which again, that's something that happens fairly regularly this time of the year whenever we do get these storm systems to pass to our north. But for example, high resolution model this morning shows a core of winds gusting between 45 and 60 knots. So that's anywhere from 50 to about 70 miles per hour. So that is certainly going to cause you some issues from Amarillo or I-40 all the way down towards the Lubbock area on Monday, or rather Tuesday morning into the afternoon. I think after lunchtime, those winds will really calm down pretty quick, but from probably 8 a.m. until noon, it is going to be a very windy one for us. That is all I got for you guys. Have a great day. Enjoy your morning and afternoon, and hopefully everyone cashes in on a little bit of rain by the time we open the front door tomorrow morning.